Good morning. Hope we're all doing well. A little while since I filmed. Been fairly busy with personal training. Got 2 new clients. One still to have his first session this week. One who has had his first session and he's back Wednesday. So yeah, with filming, I was trying to get it, sort of to make sense. We did our push session, sort of round 2 push. So I was sort of trying to get it on pull again. I've had a really bad I don't know what's been going on with my back. I had a twinge in my back basically, so I was waiting, just general stuff to be honest. But obviously I didn't want to sort of film I didn't want to overdo it, make things worse. We've got to be careful when we have these things, especially if I'm literally training other people as well. Something else that we've started doing sort of this week, and something I'll talk a little bit more about, we're essentially in, I won't say like a cut phase, but I'll explain. So what I mean by we are in a cut, when I say cut, it's not like your typical, I want to say like the typical way of viewing a cut where people really put on the weight and then cut the weight. I'm not really someone that does that. I always find, obviously as well, I would always say like, what are the reasons? So most people will do it because they're trying to achieve, a different look, or they're really trying to put on the muscle for maybe like a competition or something like that, which is fine. I'm not that person. I tend to just do it when I feel like I want to do it, which I think helps as well, because you don't really then struggle with, or you don't struggle as much with the mental side of things. But I've always struggled to really commit to a bulking phase, just because I got to a point where I prefer to feel a little bit fitter, and I find that bulking just makes me feel a little bit more slow, and I just don't enjoy it, to be honest. I know people are probably like, oh, but you can eat what you want and stuff like that. I think when you get into like a routine and a certain diet that suits you, which I just find it easier to sort of do a fast, etc., because it fits into my day. So yeah, I'm waffling on a little bit, but essentially we're going to try and lose a little bit of weight, because I have been in, I would say, essentially a bulk for a little bit, put on a little bit of muscle, and now we're just going to try and cut that fat away a little bit. So I'm sitting at, I think it said 91 kg. I'm 6'2", so obviously that's affects things a little bit as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and let's get some filming done at the gym. Here we are, starting off with a brand new machine actually. It's a new machine to Factory Gym. I don't know if they're keeping it here or because it's sort of in a random spot, but I wanted to use it. 40 kilograms on each side. I don't usually do an underhand overhead pull down sort of thing, so it was good to try out. 3 sets as always. Then on to biceps. We got on the curling machine, 40 kg again. Nice and controlled on the way down, and power on the way up. I don't think I've ever gone higher than 40. I think that's probably my max. Onto the cables. Overhand curls or reverse curls. I like to put these in. I sometimes mix it up with a little bit of a forearm exercise as well. Tends to be good for your forearms overhand as well. So sometimes we put that in there, but I was being careful just because of the back. There's more arms or biceps in this video. We did do a little bit of back, but I'd rather just be careful. Elbows in. And then onto strict curls, I'd say, but again on the cables, one at a time. You could do both if you like. Fairly heavy. Other version of this is sitting on an inclined bench and letting the weight come right down past your sides. Again, using these straps. Straps are really good for this exercise. Never used these straps before, but to be honest, I saw someone else doing it the other day and it looked like a great alternative to a bar. Finish up, I think this is our last. I love doing the superset curls with the rows, but again, if I'm being honest, the rows were just, my back is just not happy at the minute. $30 kg, I think, or I started off with 20 and I think I went on to 30. But again, 3 sets as always, possibly a 4th. Straight onto the row. Again, just going to failure. This was probably the bad idea, to be honest, for my back. Okay. Session done. Oh, another frustrating one, really. I have to say, since I've sort of, well, I say this year, since I've been at Factory Gym, I've just never felt 100%. And obviously it's got absolutely nothing to do with the gym, just saying since I've been going, it just seems one thing after another. So, as I said at the beginning, this session was sort of like whatever pull was going to be because my lower back is just, I don't know what I did to it, but and it's right in sort of almost like my tailbone. So it's more like you know, almost like the twisting motion of your hips and stuff like that is where the pain comes in. It's definitely getting better. It's just sort of that we're at that in-between phase now of like wanting or going back to doing back, but it's sort of being a really strange session. So yeah, we got some filming done. Nothing crazy heavy, obviously, but one thing I did want to talk about a little bit more on the way home is essentially, you know, cutting weight or the diet, because I don't feel like I explained it enough. So when I go into the phase of losing say weight, it's definitely fat. So in terms of the actual number on the scale, I don't really have much of a target. I mean, as I said, I've done it before, set a goal, you know, got to that weight, got to that goal, and then again I'll put on some weight, put on some muscle, and there's almost just like this pattern, and to me it's easier just to go off of how I feel. Generally don't eat really bad anyway, but this time I'm really taking out all of like the chocolate and stuff, like the little bit I had. Love the cream egg every now and again, taking that out, you know, really tightening up my diet. And again, like I said on the way here, I don't, you know, luckily for me, I've done it quite a lot now that, you know, I don't find it too difficult. But I've gone through all them phases of really struggling, but I understand it now, you know, having sweeter stuff, having chocolate and that, as soon as you get rid of it, your body's just like, what is going on? And you crave it. So getting past that bit, and just pushing through. What I might do though is if people are interested, I'll go through exactly what I do and don't eat, etc. day to day. So yeah, hopefully it's a little bit more clear. We're on our way home, and I'll see you later.